So I originally thought that the Forgotten Hall in Honkai Star Rail was going to be a bit of a throwaway thing. It just seemed not too difficult. I was thinking maybe, they'll expand upon it when the game actually releases, because we are currently in beta, so keep that in mind. But I finally kicked my butt into gear and went and completed the Forgotten Hall over here, which is like kind of like a tower mode, I guess, Abyss in Genshin. I apologize to Genshin players. I see a lot in the comments that I don't know all of Genshin stuff. I don't play Genshin. I played like the beta of Genshin and that was about it. So I do apologize, but I guess this is like the Abyss in Genshin. But this was all we had. We only had 15 floors and I was like, yeah, I got to go back and 3-star them. And I cleared level 13 with 3 stars a few days ago. And I was like, I can't really be bothered. It's not crazy. This is the end of the mode. There's nothing else in it. I finally just spent a little bit of time on my phone while I was watching a movie and cleared 15. And then I unlocked this one, which is the Memory of Chaos. And like I said, I thought it was a throwaway mode. I was completely wrong, because this is a lovely challenge. Now, obviously, I am still at level 60 with my characters. The level cap for characters is level 80. In the next 2 days, I should be able to get them to 70 once I increase my Trailblazer rank or Adventurer rank that I've been learning from Genshin players. But basically, it's going to get easier as I level up. What I'm really hoping for from this game mode is that it can still be a challenge. What I hope is when I hit max level, if I don't have godly gear, I want a reason to farm for godly gear. Now, it's a funny thing. So let's just go through the basics of it, and then I'll have a bit of a chat about it, because it's just an interesting topic that I love. And then I'll actually show you this mode, because this mode, the thing I love about it is that it forces you to use basically your entire roster of characters in the game. It's fantastic for that. And I love games that force you to build more units and work on more strategies. Now, it resets in 8 days up the top left, you can see. Now, I don't know what the actual reset timer is. It doesn't say it in the rules or anything, but when I came in here, it was 9 days left. Now it's 8 days left. So I don't know if it's bi-weekly or monthly. I'm not too sure. It wouldn't go with calendar months because there's only like 3 days left in the month, but maybe it's like 4 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. I'm not too sure. Weekly would have been great, but I'm going to guess monthly. But we do have rewards. So across here, if you get all the stars, and getting all the stars is going to be difficult, I think. So especially for me right now, because I can't even clear the first stage. But you're going to get 600 premium currency through those, plus a bunch of extra rewards just for clearing the stages once. These are really handy because you can go to a shop and you can buy some 4-star light cones or weapons to equip to your characters, so that's good for upgrades for them and stuff like that. So that's what we get from it. Now the other thing is, and you can notice it when you go out here, basically I had this a red dot on this one, and it was for the Forgotten Hole, and the red dot was actually tied into turbulence. So it makes me think that when this resets, we're going to get a different turbulence. So at the beginning of each cycle, so this runs in cycles, which I'll show you when we jump into combat, a random enemy target receives 35% increased damage when hit with ultimate and follow-up attacks. So this is where your chunky ultimate damage dealers, but also your follow-up attackers are going to shine. So it gives them a priority of usage. And like I said, I really hope that not only the enemies change around in this, but also the buffs, so that it's like a new thing to do every how often it resets. So like I said, I fully expect everything that happens in this game, all the content, it's a PvE casual game, is the way I'm looking at it now. So I fully expect that every piece of content in the game will be able to be completed with only using 4-star characters, but you might need really, really good gear. And that's what I'm hoping this mode becomes. I'm hoping when I get to max level using my 4-star characters, because that's all I'm using at the moment to test the game, I'm hoping that I get to max level and I'm still like, dude, I gotta farm better gear, get gear sets on 8 of my characters, 10 of my characters, and then I can really push this. That's what I'm hoping this makes me do. Now, obviously, if you have 5-star characters, you're probably not gonna need as crazy a gear, and that's just gonna be the way it is. But let's jump in. And as you can see, my Welt and Bailu, everyone asked me why I haven't leveled them. They're too good. They're going to make my life too easy, and I want a challenge, is essentially the reason. So let's take a look at this. Now, as you can see, to get stars, you've got to have cycles left. Once again, I'll show you what the cycles are in a minute. And then we have no down characters. This is incredibly hard because, as you can see, what I call this is, I'm going to call this a floor. So floor 1. And then floor 1 has 2 stages. And each stage has 2 bosses. that you have to defeat. And you'll see when we go in, it'll make more sense. But you got to defeat both of these bosses with the same team, and you can't eat food in between. Now, this is the thing that's completely backwards for me. This is the only game mode in the game that I've thought, dude, I wish I could eat some food right now. Nowhere else in the entire game have I ever wanted to eat any of the food that the game gives you. Like, there's nowhere that you ever need it. This is the one game mode where, like, dude, I need to eat some food in between these battles. Can't do it. So the main thing with this mode, I'd say once you get max level, good gear, you're going to probably not bring healers into it at all. It's going to be trying to steamroll these bosses because you want to do it with turns remaining. But when you first get into it and you don't have max level, you don't have the best gear, you're just not trying to get 3 stars, you're just trying to clear it. And the problem is that you only got one free-to-play healer. Obviously, I got Bailu, but like I said, I'm not cheating like that. I'm trying to do it all with the free-to-play stuff. So you're sort of like missing out on the extra healer when you first unlock this mode, but then once you probably get another healer, that's when you've probably got the better gear and you don't need a healer. So it's a bit funny like that, but I wanted to jump in and show you because this is super challenging. Like I said, I can't even clear this first floor. I can get through this stage with these 2 bosses, but then I wipe on this one. So the team that I use on this first one is going to be Sampo, Danny Boy, who else was it? And then I brought 2 defensive units to try and stack shields to try and keep my team alive, but it's still bloody hard. Then in this second team, I think we were bringing you, we were bringing some heals, we were bringing you, and we were bringing you, I believe. So that's the kind of teams that we were looking at that I was bringing. So let's just enter it and I'll show you basically how this works. But like I said, when I unlocked this, it made me really happy because I was like, I wanted a challenge in the game, but everything felt pretty cruisy. Now, with the simulated universe, if you're really trying to push it, I think I was level 40 with my characters when I cleared the Kafka boss on 7 and made it up to Kokolia on number 6 of the simulated universe. I'd have to look at my streams, but like that was fun because it was super challenging. But once again, I just had to wait another day and then I could level up my characters and then I just easy clapped it. So the simulated universe for me at the moment in the game just has 0 challenge to it anymore. But this one is good. Now, once I level up, this might become easy. I get that, but I'm hoping at release there is this or some other content in the game that is actually just genuinely challenging, so that no matter what level I progress to, we can have a new challenge. So I should hit Trailblazer level 50 in the next 2 days, which then I'll unlock the next wave of difficulty for gear farming and stuff like that. Because my dream is that like the highest difficulty of gear farming, I'm hoping it's like if I want to farm this set of gear, I've got to have this team. I've got to, like, this is the strategy. This is the boss. If I want to farm that set of gear, I need this strategy. This is the boss. I'm really hoping it promotes thoughtful team building instead of just like one team like it is at the moment. If any set of gear I want to farm at the highest difficulty that I can at the moment, it's like, okay, I just put together my just default team, go win. That's it. So I'm hoping they expand on that. But as you can see, let's look at this mode again. I'm going to go ahead and buff Dan and then go in with March and try and freeze with March. So I've got to defeat both of these bosses with these units. And like, this is all I got. And I can't heal in between. Now I could put my Trailblazer on physical and then use the E skill before battle, and that would actually give me a heal in between. I haven't actually thought about that till now, so that could be my other form of healing, is the Trailblazers before battle skill, because it heals on entry. But okay, unfortunately, dude, we're boned already. So what I normally like is when I can freeze the boss on this, because this boss is annoying. The boss has like 3 different debuffs. One is that you're not allowed to use basic skills, which is the one I've got now. The second one is that you're not allowed to use your skill, your active skill. And the third one is you're not allowed to attack her. So she puts a random debuff on you and then you got to play around it. But then she's also got the little allies in place as well. So I'm going to use my E's. See how we go. I've got a taunt here. And then what I'm going to do is I really want to shield with March. But Sampo gets clapped. So this is where it gets awkward. Like, I'm already boned at this stage because I don't have the greatest set on my my Trailblazer. So now I'm out, and that means March has to attack. And now she's going to get the revenge hit. So honestly, it wasn't too bad. Let's see if we can get March up a bit. So that's the cycles that I talk about in this one. So as you can see here on the turn bar, on the turn order down the bottom here, you've got 38. And as we go through these cycles, it's going to like drag down, and that I think I needed to have 30 cycles left when I complete both of these bosses. So I'm going to complete both of them in 8 more cycles, which at the moment with my gear and my levels, there is no chance in hell that I'm going to do that. But let's see if we can go ahead and freeze. She's going to revenge me if I don't freeze her. Yep. And this is where it gets crazy. So now she's got the debuff on where if I attack her, I get killed. And so that is basically what we're looking at. I'm not going to go through it because this is a bad run. Like, I just have to RNG for this if I want to try and clear this one. But that's where we're at. And this is really promoting me to make more gear sets. Obviously, once again, I will level up and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it's not too easy. Hopefully, I still need to really think about it. But like I said, just promising to see these type of game modes. And the other thing is, in one of the surveys, I think I took a screenshot of it. I'll put it up on screen if I did. But in this one of the surveys, and I've heard people say that there's going to be, I've heard some people say there's one new endgame mode that'll be introduced at the game launch, and I've heard people say there's 2. I haven't seen anything official that says that, so I don't know where people are getting that from exactly, but I have heard it around and seen it in Discords and stuff like that. But what is on the survey was that it's like, what are you looking forward to most in Honkai Star Rail? And one of the options was like future major game modes or something like that. I'll have it on screen if I can find the screenshot, which really gets me excited and makes me think, hopefully we have got some more stuff like this that really gives me incentive to go ahead and build more units, grind more gear, because at the end of the day, that's what I want out of this game. If it's going to be a PvE only game, it's going to have challenging enough content for me that I can do that, whilst I also understand if it's a casual game, they don't want to make content that's impossible for people to complete because then people will get mad about it. So it's a tough balance. That's what I'm hoping for, some challenging content like this. It was promising to me when I saw this Memory of Chaos, and hopefully, like I said, in the next couple of days, maybe I find a new challenge in the game when I level up. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.